My name's Nataly Lee, and today I'm going to be doing a little demonstration as part of the Chankiri Better Living series. So today's demonstration is setting up a dining table inspired by Khmer New Year. So initially I'm going to do a flower arrangement using some flowers that we use specifically for Khmer New Year, like the lotus, and then I'm going to set the table as well. Okay, so we'll begin with doing the main centerpiece. So today I'm going to do 3 centerpieces, but we'll have one main one and then 2 smaller ones just to kind of create that balance. I'm going to be using what they call in Khmer mum, a little bit like carnation, lotus flowers, lotus pods, lotus leaves and some eucalyptus. I've specifically chosen lotus because of Khmer New Year, but also lotus is a really lovely flower, particularly for New Year, because the lotus symbolizes purity of body, mind and spirit. When I'm doing an arrangement, I normally start with the what I call the feature flowers. So these are the main flowers that will form the body of the arrangement, and then I fill it out with greenery. One of the things I like to do with the lotus is to keep both, sometimes as a bud, but also folding it back so that you reveal more of the flower. So to reveal more of the flower, what I just do is I pick a few of the petals off, and then I just take the petal and I fold it down like this, and you just keep going around. For the arrangement, it's nice to have like different variations, just it adds a little bit more interest. So I think now we could start to add a few different flowers. And again, everyone arranges their flowers differently, but for me, I really like to have more of an asymmetrical look, because I feel like in nature, it is wild and not very ordered. And so that's how I like to kind of create mine. So as you can see, there are some that are short here, some that are tall. For me personally, I think that creates a little bit more interest. Something to keep in mind when you're doing a flower arrangement, like a centerpiece, is to not make it too tall, because you still want to be able to see the other person sitting at the other side of the table. And something to also keep in mind when you're working with flowers is before you start arranging it, you should cut off the stem at an angle like this, and again that keeps the flower fresher for longer. So I think that's pretty good. So I think that's the complete centerpiece now. So what I'll do is I'll move on to the smaller centerpieces for the table. Now that we have our centerpieces, we can move everything off the table and start to set it. Okay, so now I'm going to set up the dining table, again inspired by Khmer New Year, using the arrangements that we created before. So firstly, I normally put the placemats down. These are some placemats I got made at the local market, and again, keeping within the theme of Khmer New Year, I chose to use Khmer fabric, just because that's really traditional as well. Once I've put all the placemats and dinnerware, that's when I'll put the centerpiece, and then I'll keep building up from that. So that goes in the middle. I've got these two traditional jasmine flower, and this is just a nice little touch to use jasmine flower, which is quite commonly used in Cambodia, especially for Khmer New Year. And then to give it a little bit more of a Khmer touch as well, I've got these, which you can find at the local markets, but I'm sure if you dig around at home you might be able to find it as well. So I'm also going to put, just again, some little details to, you know, just to give it that final touch. Put a lotus on each one. I really love gifting, especially during Khmer New Year. It's always about, you know, being generous, being kind, showing love, and so it's always nice to, you know, have things on your table that's like a little gift to your guests. Finally, just to make the mood a little bit nicer, we'll put some candles as well. And I'm just going to sprinkle some jasmine just because it smells so beautiful. So there you have it, a table inspired by Khmer New Year. I hope you learnt some really interesting things today, and we'll see you next time for Better Living Series. Thank you.